I want to show you guys the real value of this floor lift chair from VOCIC. Basically, I've muted the video just because there was a lot of background noise. I'm talking to my client about practicing getting down on the ground and back up. My client was extremely hesitant. She has not been on the ground, but she's going to be working on that. So I said, let's use the lift chair to lower you down to the ground. I'm bringing it up to a comfortable level. She's going to go ahead and take a seat. And you're going to see how slowly this actually goes down, because a lot of patients will be anxious or nervous if it goes down too fast. There's one speed. It's very slow. You're going to watch this and you're going to think, how can I speed this video up? But I think it's important you see this in real time. So this is a client who's going to be traveling. This person needs to be able to walk over curbs and uneven surfaces and walk along sidewalks in an urban city. So I really want to help this person prepare for, worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is, what happens if you fall? What happens if you get stuck on the ground in a non-emergency fall and you don't know if you can get back up? And of course, if you don't find out before you fall, then when you're down on the ground, everything around you is just out of control. People are scared. They don't know if you're injured. They don't know if they should call the paramedics or what they should do. So by lowering my client slowly in a controlled manner down to the ground, it opens a whole new world of possibility for things that we can work on. Here in just a minute, she's going to be all the way down, and I'm going to explain to her, this is the plan. I'm going to bring this extra chair over, because assuming somebody falls or slides down to the ground, they're not always injured, they're not always hurt, but oftentimes they're stuck. And so if we can help our client first learn how to position and move around on the ground. You can see here she's struggling a little bit, but she is able to scoot. She's scooting off the chair. She's going to kind of find her position. I'm going to get the chair out of the way. This is where those wheels on the backside are really handy, but the chair is not so heavy that you can't just lift it and slide it. So I'm hooking the controller on a hook that's in the back of the chair. I'm explaining that, I'm going to give her some time to kind of think through this process. I didn't tell her what to do. I haven't educated her, cued her. I know that she said she's seen some videos of people explaining how to get up, and so she's going to try to do that. Now, you can't hear it in the video, but she actually explains that she's had a left total knee replacement and a right total hip replacement. So she's trying to figure out how she can navigate both of the artificial joints. She's trying to get over that knee, but clearly this just not working for her. She doesn't have the arm strength, the upper body strength to push her body over. Plus she's a little limited in end range knee flexion, so she can't quite tuck that foot back behind her enough. So now what we're doing is, I said, let's take a minute, just take a breath. Let's think about this. Let's figure out what you're having a hard time with and how we can change this to really work for your body. She's explaining the hip and the knee replacement. She's explaining the limitations she feels. And I said, well, let me get down into the same position and I'll show you what I would do if I was stuck in this position. I said, instead of trying to roll over the knee, what if you just straighten the knee and roll onto your stomach, then press back into a hands and knees position, a quadruped position. So she's thinking about it. She's trying to figure out the motor program in her mind. Now she's moving toward, I would have said, you can even completely straighten that knee, but she did it. Now she's on her knees, and thankfully she doesn't have the sensitivity that other patients have had in the past. She is able to kneel on a carpet. So now that she's risen to her knees, she can get her hands on the chair. You're going to see her here in a moment. She's going to be thinking about which leg is going to go up first, how she's going to get into kind of the classic lunge position while still stabilizing. We're kind of laughing and joking about how in the videos, the people who demonstrate how to get up from the ground don't actually have any challenges getting up from the ground. So that's why I think it's really important and beneficial to put a real person on the ground in a real life situation, but in a controlled environment. And here she just completely blows me away. She does an amazing job. She gets her right leg in front of her. She presses down. Now I quickly tell her to just turn around and take a seat because I'm a little concerned about blood pressure changes, possible lightheaded, dizziness. I just don't want her to pass out. But she did phenomenal. I am so proud of her, and I'll show you more videos.